Good evening, everybody. It's Barbarise again from the Bronx, and I'm here with little old Weedy B. And Tito Love made him some nice homemade yucca fries. And if anybody doesn't know what those are, yucca is kind of like a rooted plant, and the root is actually the vegetable. It's like a potato. It's like a malanga. It grows like a carrot. It grows like that, and it's so nutritious and so delicious. And you can actually make them just like fries. Yes, you can. We have that little ridge cutter, so it cuts, the curves, the ridges, and he just loves them. And they're much healthier than traditional fries. I mean, homemade fries, like homemade potatoes sliced and lightly cooked in olive oil, is pretty good for you. People don't realize that, but yeah. Barbarise knows a thing or two about staying healthy. I mean, you think, right? Like I said, the Lord has really held me up for being homeless and the way that I was for all those years. I mean, I tell you the truth, and this is all by the grace of God. People look at me in my program and they're like, you, what are you doing here? I'm like, you have no idea. I said, looks can be very deceiving. I said, just because I don't fit the criteria of somebody who looks the part of, that doesn't mean you cannot, does not discriminate. Addiction does not discriminate, okay? And I say this very, very calmly and lightly because my son is right here and I really don't like discussing those things, but I say that because I am very healthy and I look healthy and I am healthy, and that's all because God has given me the knowledge. I'm 41 years old. I mean, you would not think that I was 41, would you? Be honest, especially after the life that I lived. And I'm saying this because if there's hope for me to be this way, there's hope for others that are out there right now struggling, and I say this with all of my heart. Oh, and to my two cousins, hi, Laura and Jackie, how are you? Guys, if you don't know, the two young ladies that comment, they're like, I think you guys like 26, 27, but you're so wise beyond your years. I'm assuming I never met you, but I know my sister Dee Dee did meet you when all that stuff, after that stuff that happened to me, I wound up with my first two kids' father, and I was going through all that stuff. My dad with my stepfather. My mom's still with him. I don't know if you guys know that. And my mom's still with him. Yeah. You guys need to contact Dee Dee. She's on Facebook. She really wants to talk to you guys. She has so much to tell you. She was like, when I told her about, you guys only knew, very little about our upbringing and what happened to us. Like I said, my dad was a good man. My stepmother she was very nice to us when she was drinking. But when she wasn't drinking, she was not nice to me or my sister at all. You need to talk to Dee Dee. She will tell you how my father got my stepfather locked up. And she will tell you how me and her were both molested in front of the whole family. Yes, for years. Me and my sister went through all of this together, except the thing with my stepfather. She was there, but she didn't go through it. And I cover my mouth because Weedy B is right here, but I wanted you guys to know that you can contact Dee Dee, because I know you met her, and I'm sure all of these things, you're my father's nieces. My father is your father's half-brother. You know that from our grandfather who committed suicide. Did you know our grandfather committed suicide? Did you know that? I know the whole thing, and it's heartbreaking, and, I wish I seen pictures of him, and he was so handsome. He was was so handsome, and how they found him was just like heartbreaking. They found him in the hotel room with the rosary beads. Did you guys know about that? You know, I mean, I say this openly because I already had told my story. You know, it's part of my story. This is my grandfather. This is your grandfather. And I don't look at as, you know, anything but part of more things that, you know, our family has, you know, with that included, with your, you know, as far as your inclusion in my family and me and your family, that's where the inclusion is. The inclusion is that we share the same grandfather. Our fathers were half brothers, the Barbarise. They come from Jersey. So, my brother Anthony was the only one born in Jersey. So he was born in Jersey City. And I don't know why our fathers weren't that close. I guess they started to get close after that stuff happened, you know, with my mom, my stepfather. At that time, when you had met my dad and my sister, that's when my dad was putting my stepfather through court and all that. That's why you didn't meet me, because my dad had sent me and my first two kids' father to Texas. So at that time, that is even before I had my first two children. My sister was becoming a nun. That's when you met her, right? You met her when Dee Dee was becoming a nun, and you sent me the pictures, and my sister confirmed that. She's like, yeah, I met them a couple of times when Dad was sending me to, you know, the nunnery. And my sister, you know, she became a cloistered nun for not a small period, you know, I think a year and a half. And she had such wonderful things to say about you guys. And when I said, Dee Dee, you know, the twins, Laura and Jackie, are commenting on my channel, I was like, you know, they probably are a little confused about, you know, my situation, because, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to hear. It's a lot to take in. And when you know that someone you're related to has been through these things, you're like, wow, you know, it didn't seem, I'm sure when you met my dad was a wonderful man. I have nothing bad to say about my father. I do wish that he would have stuck up for us a little more with my stepmother, because you know how it is. I mean, you don't know, your parents are still together. God bless you. I'm very happy for that. I really am. And I'm glad you guys had a beautiful upbringing. From what I see, you guys had, you know, everything going for you to have a successful life. And I'm proud of you. And I'm proud that you're both teachers. And I'm proud that you both are doing well. I love that. I love hearing that. And I only think about my own life, that if I didn't have such dysfunction, because I am intelligent, God has made me very, very smart. And I'll say this, I brag about this because it amazes me, my intelligence, that I only went up to the 9th grade. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Let me see. Uh-oh. Let me see. Can I see it? Can I see you eating? Good boy. Let me give you some water. But it just amazes me. Hold on, Weeby. Your waters are in the other room, okay? Because he was eating out there first. Tito, he has his waters in here. Thank you. Yeah, they're right here. Got them. Okay, thank you. Just little water bottles. Here, baby. Here's your water, sweetheart. Yay! You clapping when you watch Blippi? He's trying to give Blippi a yucca fry? You're trying to give Blippi a yucca fry? Yes, you are. Who's that munching? You munching? Eat. Yes, you eating. Yes. And he watches all educational programming. And as far as the flashcards, I have so many of those. I do that with him all the time. All the time. And he loves it. I show him, and I actually have the doodle pad, the Magna Doodle, and that is excellent also, because what I do is I spell everything out, and then I show him an object in the room which is in coordinates to whatever I'm writing. So therefore I could show him and then erase it and then write something else and show him again the next object or the next color that is, like I said, in coordinates with whatever it is I'm writing. So yes, of course I know about that. But thank you for your educational skills and advice. You guys are teachers. I mean, shoot, you know a lot. I'm so proud. But yes, I do that, and I appreciate all of the constructive criticism or advice. I appreciate it all. I love it. I really do. It shows that you're so concerned and you want to help my son, and that's amazing. I love that. That's beautiful. Because, like, you know, I say this all, there's enough people that put people down and criticize and say, oh, well, you can do this and that, but they don't see the full spectrum of what's going on, so they're easily, you know, criticizing. But you don't do that. You just give me loving advice, caring advice for my son, and that's what matters. As family, you're my family. Thank you. Thank you. And you could see that obviously that I'm uber intelligent for only going up to the 9th grade, graduating the 8th grade. Let's for all those years. All those years. I mean, come on, my brain is quick. You got to admit that. And that holds up pretty well, right, ladies? But anyway, yes, it's been a hard road, but I did it, and I'm proud of myself. And did you guys, my cousins, did you see my tox reach yesterday? Did you see that I'm clean and sober? It's amazing, right? Come a long way. And make sure you check out those things that I was in. Yeah, you could see the timeline of everything, of the years that I was homeless and stuff. So, yeah. And Tito took me off those streets. And I think that's what I'm going to get into later on. Oh, let me, sweetie B. You shouldn't run around after you eat. You know that, right? You should sit down. You should sit down after you eat and let your food digest, honey. Yeah, you got a tummy ache. Come on. Yes, Tito, what happened? What? I can't hear you. What? I got a what?
With anti-Semitic graffiti on a Manhattan synagogue. Investigators say 50-year-old Emmanuel Barrera drew a swastika in the snow outside of Temple Emmanuel on 65th Street and 5th Avenue last month. He is now charged with aggravated harassment. Tomorrow, President Biden and Vice President Harris will meet with Asian American leaders during their already planned trip to Atlanta. They will discuss the ongoing.
I don't know which video she's talking about. Who sent this to you? She's not from here. She's from my YouTube channel. Do you see it?
Yeah, but her phone number is from
which remains on the rise since the start of the
Oh, that's the girl that I interviewed. Papi, that's old, honey.
No, it's not.
Oh.
She just text me right now.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That's wonderful.
Said the video that you record is 180.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely. Oh, guys, remember Lisa that I interviewed? She wants a copy of her of the video. Oh, that's so sweet. I hope she's doing well. Lisa, if you are indeed watching this, of course I will send you the video. Of course. I don't know why you can't find it on the, it's still on my YouTube channel. Lisa, if you're watching this, the video's still up there. You can just, I'll send it to you anyway, but it's still up. And if you have any, you knew I was recording for YouTube. So she knew, so I just hope that she's still okay with it. But Lisa, if you want me to take the video down, just let me know. I doubt that's what it's about. But anytime I record anyone, you know, for an interview like that, I always say, you know, do you know I'm recording for YouTube? I would never do that on a sneak tip because that's very disrespectful. And she was a sweetheart. She was a real survivor. Just did a beautiful backstory about her survival. She survived a lot of stuff. I'm not going to mention it because I don't know if she's still comfortable with me mentioning it, but you guys, if you guys followed me from last year, you do indeed remember Lisa Beautiful person, beautiful soul, and let me send that to her. So guys, let me just show you real quick what Tito Love made for dinner. So this is what Tito made. He made steak, he made malanga and yuca. So he made it both ways. And he made it this way, and the fries and onions. And it's just so delicious, and I'm so proud of Tito. He's doing a great job as always. Thank you for making the dinner, Tito. You want to say hi to everyone real quick?
Hi.
Look at that. Show him that beautiful smile, Tito Love. Ow. You excited about the interview today? Yes, I'm very proud of you. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. And to my cousins, thank you. I hope to meet you one day. I hope you get to meet little Weedy B in person. He's a good kid, and he's very smart. Like I said, he does speak. He just speaks when he wants to. Take care, guys. Ciao.